When Blake Lively signed on for her latest fashion campaign, she probably thought it would be another glamorous win in her long line of career successes. But what started as a simple denim ad turned into a media firestorm that has Hollywood talking. The campaign, titled Great Jeans, was supposed to celebrate confidence and style. Instead, it sparked accusations of privilege, tone-deaf messaging, and body shaming, sending Blake into one of the biggest controversies of her career. It all began when the first images from the Great Jeans campaign dropped online. Blake appeared flawless as always, effortlessly beautiful, dressed in perfectly fitted jeans, and styled with that signature old Hollywood charm. The tagline on the ad read, "Some women are just born with it, great genes on the surface." It was a clever play on words, connecting genetics to denim. Almost immediately, critics started dissecting the deeper message. Was it really celebrating individuality, or was it suggesting that beauty and success come from being genetically blessed? Within hours, social media erupted. The ad was accused of being insensitive, especially in an era when conversations about inclusivity and body diversity are louder than ever. Some users claimed it implied that only certain body types or appearances were considered great. Others pointed out that the campaign featured almost entirely thin, white models, which many saw as reinforcing outdated beauty standards. The backlash was swift and brutal, with the hashtag #NotMyJeans trending across X and TikTok. Blake Lively, known for her graceful image and usually squeaky clean reputation, suddenly found herself at the center of a PR nightmare. For years, she's been admired for her down-to-earth charm, natural elegance, and family-oriented image. She's one of the few celebrities who managed to avoid major controversy, keeping her career free from scandal. That's why this backlash hit so hard. Fans weren't used to seeing Blake accused of anything controversial, let alone something tied to social insensitivity. At first, Blake stayed quiet. Her team didn't release any statements, likely hoping the storm would blow over. But that silence only fueled more speculation. Articles began to appear claiming that Blake's Great Jeans campaign was proof that Hollywood still struggles with diversity in its branding. Commentators questioned how a major star like her, known for intelligence and awareness, could have missed how the slogan might come across in today's climate. Some critics even said the campaign's tone felt elitist, implying that those who didn't fit a certain beauty mold were somehow lesser. But not everyone agreed. Many fans defended Blake, arguing that the outrage was overblown and that people were reading too deeply into a harmless fashion slogan. They pointed out that Blake has a long history of supporting female empowerment and has never shown any signs of arrogance or exclusion. They believed she was just doing her job as a brand ambassador, not trying to make a social statement. Others noted that the ad was meant to be lighthearted wordplay, not a commentary on genetics or privilege. Still, as the controversy spread, the brand behind the campaign started to feel the heat. Insiders revealed that the marketing team was blindsided by the reaction and had to scramble to respond. The company issued a vague statement about celebrating all women and appreciating feedback, but it didn't do much to calm the storm. In fact, the apology seemed to make things worse, as critics accused them of sidestepping responsibility. Then came the tipping point. Several influencers and fashion commentators released videos breaking down the ad frame by frame, analyzing everything from the lighting to the wording. They claimed it sent a subconscious message that equated worth with appearance, something audiences have become increasingly sensitive to. One viral post said, "The campaign says great jeans, but all I see are the same faces Hollywood keeps promoting." That sentiment summed up the backlash perfectly. People weren't just angry about the ad itself. They were angry about what it represented in a larger cultural sense. Behind the scenes, sources close to Blake said she was caught off guard by the reaction. She reportedly loved the creative direction and saw the Great Jeans tagline as a clever pun, never imagining it would be taken negatively. Friends say she felt misunderstood and frustrated that something so seemingly harmless spiraled into a nationwide debate about privilege. But being the professional she is, Blake chose not to lash out or argue. Instead, she worked quietly with the brand's PR team to figure out how to move forward. Eventually, after days of mounting criticism, Blake broke her silence during an interview at a charity gala. When asked about the controversy, she smiled politely and said, "I think the message was meant to be fun and empowering, but I understand how it could have landed differently. That's a learning experience for all of us." Her response was calm, measured, and perfectly in line with her public image. It didn't completely silence critics, but it did earn her praise for how she handled the situation. Interestingly, the controversy also reignited old discussions about how female celebrities are held to impossible standards. Fans pointed out that when male actors sign questionable endorsements, the backlash is often minimal, but when women do, they're expected to answer for every creative choice. Some observers saw the incident as proof of the double standard that continues to exist in Hollywood's PR culture. Blake, they argued, was being unfairly targeted for something that likely involved dozens of creative executives behind the scenes. As the days passed, the conversation evolved from outrage to reflection. Industry experts began using the Great Jeans controversy as a case study in how quickly marketing can backfire in the digital age. It highlighted how even the smallest misstep, one phrase, one visual cue, can snowball into a viral controversy. For Blake, it became a moment that tested not just her public image, but her ability to adapt in a culture that expects instant accountability. Surprisingly, the whole ordeal may have worked in her favor. The controversy boosted engagement for the brand, leading to a spike in sales of the exact jeans she wore in the ad. It's the paradox of modern fame. Outrage drives attention, and attention drives profit. The brand didn't drop her. Instead, they announced they would be expanding future campaigns to feature a more diverse range of models. In other words, they used the backlash as a rebranding opportunity. And Blake, despite all the criticism, came out largely unscathed. Her fanbase rallied behind her, emphasizing that one poorly worded slogan doesn't define a person. Blake's grace under pressure only reinforced why she remains one of Hollywood's most respected figures. She didn't feed into drama, didn't point fingers, and didn't let the media twist her words into clickbait. That restraint set her apart in a world where most celebrities rush to issue defensive statements. But the bigger takeaway from all this was how fast the public can turn on even the most beloved figures. In the social media era, perception changes with a single post. A clever pun can become a cultural flashpoint, and an ad meant to inspire confidence can be accused of perpetuating exclusion. The Great Jeans controversy reminded everyone, from fans to marketers, that language matters, and even innocent intentions can be misunderstood in the wrong light. Still, beneath all the noise, one truth remains. Blake Lively's career is far from shaken. If anything, she's proven she can weather a storm with elegance. The incident might have been embarrassing, but it also made her more relatable, a reminder that even the most polished stars can misstep in an unpredictable digital world. As time passes, this controversy will likely be remembered less as a career scandal and more as a lesson in how quickly public opinion can shift. It shows that celebrity branding in 2025 isn't just about beauty or style anymore. It's about awareness, sensitivity, and timing. And while some critics will always see the Great Jeans campaign as a misfire, others will see it as part of Blake's evolution, a moment where she faced public scrutiny head-on and came out stronger. In the end, what was meant to be a catchy slogan became a mirror reflecting our culture's obsession with image and identity. It forced both Hollywood and its audiences to confront uncomfortable questions about who gets to define beauty and what messages we celebrate. Blake Lively might not have intended to spark that debate, but she became the face of it nonetheless. And as the dust settles, one thing is certain: she's still standing tall, still smiling, and still proving that sometimes grace under fire is the best kind of strength a celebrity can show.